An ambigram is a picture or a word that you can turn upside down or flip it over sideways, and it becomes either the same thing or it becomes something different. With the work that I do, it tends to be something different. And it often happens when I hear the word spoken. If somebody says that worry is the opposite of prayer, all of a sudden my wheels start turning and I start creating things. So most of the ambigrams that I've created are because the impression has come to me first or the words have been spoken to me.
Okay, can we show people what you're talking about?
Sure.
Because
okay. Well, I mentioned the one worry prayer. This I turned into a bookmark.
Okay.
And I was sitting in church and the pastor said, "Worry is prayer in reverse." And I didn't hear anything else he said for the next 10 minutes, and I doodled it. And so when I turn it over, now the word worry becomes the word prayer. And I tried to get it copyrighted that first year when I created it, and I got a call back from Washington, and they said, well, you can't copyright a word because a word is not copyrightable. So I went back to my table. I drew the picture of the kneeling person in prayer, which on the worry side, he looks down and out, but on the prayer side, he looks like he's surrendered in prayer. So then I resubmitted it, and I got a call back from the same gentleman, and he said that it was approved. So that was very exciting. And I've since created one with a female prayer, and I added hair, boots, and some bangs just to make it look more like a female.
Worry. I hope you're able to see this because this is really pretty amazing. I've never seen anything like it. So this is an ambigram.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And you are one of few people in the United States, right?
That is correct.
Or the
Actually,
world?
through the world, yeah. I was featured in a book, an ambigram book, that was opened up for people to make submissions, and I was one of 94. So it doesn't say Beth Gully, Lebanon, or even Beth Gully, Cincinnati, or Ohio. It says Beth Gully, USA. So it's very exciting to know that I'm representing, one of, so many ambigram artists from the U.S. Internationally.
So, I'm fascinated by this because it's like your mind must work backwards or something.
I guess. I am a logo designer. You mentioned BT Graphics, and that is my full-time job, but I design logos, and so I learn how to manipulate images so that, real quickly it can communicate a message about a company. And so I believe that same element comes into play with my ambigrams because you do have to look for that lowest common denominator between two words that's going to allow, an A to become an R, so to play with that. So, and I just look for how I can make it as minimal as possible and still communicate that letter. And an A will look different in all different words that I do ambigrams for because it depends on what the opposite letter is that I'm trying to convey.
You're trying to do. Well, let's show people some more. You have some cards here.
I do. I call these wallet cards, and I like them because they are something that you can pass on to somebody else who may need some encouragement. This one is the word fear, and when you flip it over, and it turns to love. And I was listening to a gentleman on the radio talk about when he was able to find love, that he was able to let go of the fear. And again, those were words that were spoken, and it communicated to me, and this is what I created. And this one, I actually did this one for the junior achievement in Middletown. They were looking for something for their anniversary, and so it's the word imagine, and then when you flip it over, it becomes the word empower, because they're all about empowering.
That is great.
Thank you.
I love it. And these are all available.
Yes.
Aren't they?
They are available.